Hello, and welcome back to another Minecraft video, guys. So, this time we're looking at the beta today. So, the beta actually released, and they've added a fair amount of stuff. So, let's be clear, they actually haven't added everything. They've still got a bunch of things to add still, but, well, they've added a fair bit, so I'm excited for this. Let's jump in and have a look. So, we've actually got a coral reef just under there, and we've got all the fish and the mobs and all that under there, but let's take a look at the blocks first. Let's start over here. So, first off, we've got the pumpkin. So, you might notice something different about this pumpkin. It's a very, very special pumpkin. It doesn't have a face, so that actually works so well. I'm very happy with that, because when I was making pumpkin farms, having the faces look at me all the time was kind of creeping me out. So it's very nice to have a normal pumpkin in the game. So very, very happy with that. But next up, we've got the Prism Arena, and all those sorts of blocks that you find in the ocean monument now have stairs and slabs, which is, well, awesome, because you can get so many more shapes out of it. I haven't really used these materials so much, but now that they actually have shapes in them, I might actually use them a bit more. And next up, we've got pressure plates and trapdoors for all the different types of wood. So this opens up so many more possibilities. It's really good, guys. It's amazing. So we can actually create so many stuff with this. I might do some design tutorials in a future video showing all the new blocks and stuff, like how you can use them and all that. But as you can see, all these have different textures on it, so you can do so much more with it. And the pressure plate you can match up with the kind of floor that you've got, which is so cool. So cool indeed, guys. But that's the pressure plates. And next up, we've got the logs. So you might notice these logs look a little bit different from these logs. That is because you can actually strip the bark off. And, well, be careful, guys. If you strip the bark off, you can't put it back. You can't glue it back on. It's off, all right? So how you strip the bark is actually use an axe and left-click on the block, and it will strip it off, and it will create a nice texture like that. So if we stand back like this, you might notice a little line going down between those two blocks. So they've actually kind of highlighted it in a way so that it looks like there's actually logs next to logs rather than just a blob of bloody wood here that you've got. So it looks nice how they did that. I'm quite excited though, and they've done that for all the different types of wood, as you can see. So you got a lot of different choices, and I'm quite excited to get into building with those guys. Quite excited. Next up, we've got the kelp blocks, so dried kelp. So at the top, you might notice the texture's a little bit different from what the side is, just like that. You might notice a little bit different, and no, you can't turn it. So if I try and place that sideways like I would with a log, you can't actually turn it. So you're kind of strict on how you place those. But hey, that looks pretty good as a wall right there. It's got like a nice. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know, Chinese sort of design, like, you know, the paneling on the walls. It kind of reminds me of that in a little way. And then on top here, you got like what could be a nice little tiling. So you might notice the X is in the middle, so it does create a bit of a different texture to it, but it does look pretty good nonetheless. And next up, we've got some water physics. So if we drop down here, you might notice something a little bit different here. So there's no air pocket above the water, above the slab, I mean. What's this? So you can actually create pools now, and you won't have an air pocket above your stairs, you won't have an air pocket above your slabs, so it all meets up very nicely. So it's awesome. We can actually create proper things now. It is a little bit glitchy in some cases, so you might notice the water's a little bit tilted there and a little bit tilted in there, but that is just a little glitch. This is a beta, so that's going to be fixed at a later stage. But you might notice in there as well, you can actually put that in there. So that would make a nice sink. If you're like facing around this way and you have the wall there, that'll make a nice sink, I reckon, because it's a nice small little thing. And if you also put stairs on the other side like that and curve it around, you can create a bathtub, like a proper actual bathtub, which is awesome. But it does have its downsides with the water physics. So the water now goes through everything. Like, it goes through signs. So if you have like a mob grinder that you set up with signs and stuff, well, it ain't gonna work anymore. You're gonna have to change it and fix it, because the water now goes through it, which is unfortunate. But it also goes through fences, as you can see there. So well, it changes a lot of things with the game, to be honest. But let's move on. Next up, we've got the coral. So this out here is coral, but you might notice there's no color on it. That's because if you take the coral out of the water and place it down, it does turn grey. But it still looks pretty nice. If you're doing like a grey build, you could build like a nice sort of wall with all these little different textures and stuff, which is awesome. Or put it on the ground, because it has got some pretty cool little textures to it. But here's the coloured one. So if we drop into the water here, as you can see, we've got some nice, very, very bright colours here. Look how cool that looks. I really like how they look. And you probably can build, put them into builds and stuff. All you need to do is just like put water next to them and stuff like that. It's not too bad. But then we've got this little coral plants. So as you can see, there's a lot more of these. So there's a couple of different textures. All these ones here are the same shape, but just different colors. And these ones have a little bit different shapes and different colors. So that's those. And if you take those out of water and put them on the grass out here, then they will turn grey like those. Whoops. I just broke one. Whoops. They will turn grey like those. So be aware of that. But you can still put those in aquariums and stuff, which I might do some aquarium designs later in a later video. Next up, we're going to go take a look at some mobs. So I just cornered off some mobs. Cornered off some mobs over here. So as you can see, we've got a whole variety of fish in here. There's so many different types of fish, guys. There is so many. So this one right here is the pufferfish. You might notice that's tiny. What is that? But if we actually place one of these dudes next to it, come on, buddy. Come on. Turn into a big guy. There we go. So they'll puff up like that, and also it does the same thing for you. So if you swim into it, it will actually poison you and hurt you. I don't know how much it actually hurts you. I imagine it's a fair bit, because, well, it doesn't look so nice, does he? He's a big guy. And then these are the drowners. So these guys only stay in the water. They can't go on land, otherwise they'll die. So they spawn in rivers, oceans, lakes, whatever. You might actually find one in your pool one day. So be aware of that. They spawn wherever there's water, pretty much. So they can spawn around, but they can't leave the water. They look pretty creepy. And they'll also spawn with a trident, so it's one way of getting a trident. If you kill them, they occasionally drop a trident, which you actually can use. And with the trident, from what I said in my last video, I said you couldn't use it on ground. I was actually mistaken. You can actually use it on ground, whether it's raining or not. As you can see, it's actually working, which is awesome. So you can actually use it to kill a sheep if you wanted to. Die sheep. There you go. So it actually works pretty well. And now we're going to go change this back to day. Don't you dare change to night. Don't you dare. Change to sunrise. Yeah. You didn't work. I'm not used to the new version of Minecraft, guys. I usually play on the original Xbox One edition. Okay. There we go, it's turning into morning. Alright, so then we're going to drop down into the water. So as you can see, it's pretty dark in the water now. I have got an aqua efficiency helmet on, which is helping to brighten things up. But the longer you stay on the water, the clearer things become. So if you sit under here for a while, then things are going to clear up a little bit. But we're going to start with the kelp. So the kelp... Whoa. Well, that's weird. It just glows like that. So the kelp can come in different sizes. You can actually bone meal this and get some really, really high kelp if you're in a deep ocean biome. And also you got some seagrass here, both big and small seagrass. Again, you just bone meal it to get bigger grass. And we have got the fish swimming around. So the fish swim around anywhere. They'll swim around in the oceans, in the rivers, maybe in your pool, depends on how they code the game. But the good thing is they don't only spawn in like coral reefs, so you will find them swimming around anywhere there's water. And also the new swimming animation, guys. So you have to go into sprint to swim like this, but as you can see, you are swimming around like that, which is pretty cool. I like that, which means you can also swim faster through the water, which is awesome. And now for the thing itself, the coral reef. So look at that. Look at all the different colors they got. Look how cool that looks. I love how that looks. I mean, like, they come in all different shapes, obviously. You can swim in amongst it all, like, swim down through this, you know. No, the swimming animation right there stuck me. So you can, like, swim through it and all that, which is awesome. You can find all these cool little things in there. There is no dolphins and turtles yet, so they are going to be added to the beta later. I am going to do a video on those once they release. That sounded like thunder. I'm going to do a video on that when they release. And also you can see that the plants actually go on the side of blocks, and they do go on the bottom of blocks. I don't know if I can find one that's on the bottom. I don't think I can. But they do go on the bottom as well, and also obviously the top. So they can add a lot of effects to it, which is awesome. Hey, it's raining. Maybe it was thunder. Which is awesome. As I said, guys, I'm really happy with how this update turned out. And also a question that a lot of people keep asking me, is this update coming to the original Xbox One edition of Minecraft? In short, yes, I do believe it is. I haven't announced it, they haven't confirmed or denied it, but I do almost 100% think it's coming to the Xbox One edition. The main reason would be is they are updating the game, getting it back up to the progress that it should be, whereas when this version of the game came out, the one I'm on now, they completely stopped all updates, completely stopped everything, just abandoned the game. But now they're starting to catch things up and patch a lot of things and get things back up to scratch. So yes, I do believe that is going to come to the original Xbox One edition, and I really hope it does, because I much prefer that version of that game. I very, very much prefer it. But we have to wait and see, guys, but I'm pretty sure it is going to come to it. But that's pretty much it, guys. As I said, I'm going to do more videos as things are added to this beta. So the new mobs, the new blocks that are going to be coming, I am going to do more videos on it. So if you guys want to see that, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And also, if this video was informative or helped you guys out, then if you could drop a like on the video, you'd really be helping me out by doing so. Really much appreciate it, guys. And that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!